Welcome to the after show, everybody. The Mega64 show live on a Friday morning. We just concluded the main show, and Shawn and I worked out our beef.
Yeah.
In between the podcast and the after show, we're not going to talk about.
It came to blows.
We're not going to talk about.
You guys blew each other?
God.
I was in the bathroom.
All right, now
I missed
Dude, we blew each other. Yeah, we sucked each other off.
I missed that.
Now are you happy?
Don't ask, says Austin Titty in the chat. That's right. Thank you, Austin Titty. Titty. We do have the chat open. If you want to communicate with us, you have the opportunity now. And
we see ya.
I watched a movie last night that was surprisingly, I'm going to say it, surprisingly great, surprisingly awesome.
Wow.
I'd always heard of this movie, a horror film from 1998. Never thought it would be good. And Garrett personally knows the star of this film.
Dude, what? Wow.
Yeah.
Because I'm right now going, what? I'm so curious about 97.
Phantom Thread was the movie.
Bride of Chucky. Starring Jennifer
Miss
Tilly.
Tilly.
Miss Tilly.
I liked Child's Play, the first movie when I was a kid.
Sure.
And I always avoided Bride of Chucky. I thought that would be like the shittiest movie ever.
A
lot of Child's Play movies are shitty. The one with Audrey Plaza.
That was a weird reboot thing. That was
so bad.
two competing. The story behind that one's real weird because it was like two competing studios trying to make a Chucky movie.
Yeah,
Well,
they don't have the rights to the Child's Play,
Yeah.
but they had the rights to call it Chucky, and there's like two whatever.
It was weird.
Two franchises going on at the same time right now. Bride of Chucky. Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's
Long
like
time ago.
surprisingly good.
Oh, I love it. It reinvigorated that franchise who had a couple duds, and then it all of a sudden it put Child's Play back on the map.
It's
with that
almost
one.
like Tim Burton like level of awareness and paying homage to, because it's very like leans into Bride of Frankenstein, and it's kind of like it's very campy. That's the word I'm looking for.
Campy. It's slapsticky. It's almost.
It's campy as hell. It's one of those horror movies that's not scary, but is almost, you're just like laughing at how ridiculous it is. And I didn't realize the guy who voices Chucky is Wormtongue in Lord of the Rings.
Brad Dourif. Yeah.
Wow, I did not ever know that.
Yep. He's great. I
He's
really
he's
like
a character actor. You see, he's also in like Blue Velvet.
Yeah, he's great.
But yeah, I guess that was his favorite Chucky movie for a long time. Hey, it's on Netflix. I think all the Child's Play movies are on Netflix except for the first one. Jump right into Bride of Chucky if you're interested in like a campy, kind of goofy horror comedy starring Jennifer Tilly. I really liked it. It was fun.
Yeah.
They did it was like Amazon Prime deal or something a million years ago. They did a Chucky box set, and it was like the entire thing was like $11 or something like that. So I just ordered it, like, oh, this will be fun. And I watched the first one. I was like, that was legitimately like scary movie. Whoa.
Yeah, Child's Play 1 is good.
But then I started the second one, and I think I got maybe 30 minutes in. I was like, I'm good. All right. $11 for the first movie was well worth it, but I never continued. So I don't know.
That was a situation where the first one was so successful, they wanted a sequel immediately.
Yeah.
So they kind of cranked it out.
Yeah.
And then the second one was kind of financially successful, even though it wasn't a great movie. So they cranked out another one immediately, and that was the third one, which was so bad. What's kind of interesting,
I didn't make it that far.
I think Chucky Part 3, Child's Play Part 3, takes place canonically in 1998. And then Bride of Chucky also takes place in 1998 and was made in 1998. Part 3 was made in 1991, but takes place in 1998. Part 4 was made in 1998 and takes place 1 month after the third movie.
Oh, wow.
So the timeline is like super weird.
Yeah, yeah.
You go from like, what's 1998 going to be like in the third one to like, well, here we are in the fourth one.
Right here.
Yeah. Check it out. Bride of Chucky. Oh, and the ending. Wow. That final scene.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember because I haven't seen it in a good couple years. But
well,
I think I'm due for a rewatch this Halloween season.
I don't know. The movie's like over 25 years old at this point.
I don't.
Should I just say what the final scene is? Can we take a poll in the chat? Do they want me to say what the final scene of Bride of Chucky is? With the moment you leave off on. I'll leave it up to you guys because if you don't want to know, I won't say anything. We'll be democratic about it.
Let
1
the
minute
chat-
poll.
Let the chat decide. Seeing a lot of yeses.
If you say no, then just turn your speakers down.
Spoil ending? That's great.
That's always good advice. Turn your speakers down.
Oh, 100%. Oh, never mind. It was only one vote.
No, 3,
Mm.
6,
Ooh.
Oh,
7. Oh, it's
the
getting
race is on.
There's
Oh,
8
geez.
people that do not
Right now,
want to know about
yeah,
the last
We have
scene.
29 yeses, 10 nos. Okay, but it is. I
trying
think
to
it's
remember.
leaning more towards yes.
Now I feel bad
I don't
for
want to
the,
guess what it is because I don't want to say
the
it.
25% of people who were like, I don't want to know. But, majority rules.
But you did, yeah.
This is America. We live by democracy.
Is
yeah.
it the after credit scene
Like
or is
it
it
or
like
not.
the finale of the film?
It's the finale of the film.
Okay.
Well, I say turn your speakers down and we'll wave like this when you can turn them back up.
Sean's good at,
I'm good.
You're good at coming up with a.
All right.
I'm so good.
It's because you have children. You have to delegate,
Hitler
Yes.
dies at the end. True. Come on. That's not a spoiler. That's just history.
Dallas, get back in here.
I don't want to talk about that ever again.
Did you ever see Inglourious Basterds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So it came as no surprise.
I literally I can't believe we're still having this conversation.
Yeah.
I do not think I'm in the wrong
You're
here.
not.
This is a fictional
I don't even remember.
story.
I don't even remember what happened.
We're busted.
You told me that Hitler died at the end of that, and I was upset. You said, "Well, you know that happens," I said, but this isn't a history movie. This is a fictional movie.
When
So
did Inglourious Basterds come out? Like 1990 or something. It's so old.
Eli
at this
Roth
point.
was in it.
that's how long I've been getting shit for saying I didn't want to know how that movie ended, and I still don't understand the joke.
I'm with
I don't
you.
get this one.
You were in the right. Well, it's just because you get so upset about it. We keep busting your balls.
It's not even worth holding on to.
You bring it
Oh
up.
my God.
The chat brought up. All right, we're gonna talk about Bride of Chucky. So
Yeah.
we'll wave when it's over. In the movie, the dolls, it's Chucky and his bride become dolls, and they have sex.
Okay.
And
yeah.
it's like,
That's what I was thinking of.
are they going to make it? Is the relationship going to work or not? They end up fighting, breaking up. She gets lit on fire at the end. Both the dolls basically die at the end of the movie. And they're at a graveyard, and this detective finds the girl doll, and he's like poking her like, oh, is she alive? Is she alive? And she comes back to life and starts screaming. And then blood bursts out of her vagina
Yeah.
and hits the
no.
the detective in the face.
I thought you were going to say the director.
The director.
I was like, he couldn't finish the movie.
Cameo from the director. And then this little fetus doll shoots out of her and facehugger style
It's like Alien.
latches onto his face.
Yeah.
And then it's cut to credits
Jeez.
Yeah.
and perfectly sets up
The next.
Seed of Chucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Come on back.
Come on in. I didn't want to say it because but I thought halfway through talking about it, I was like, oh yeah, I do know what he's talking about now.
The chat is pissing me the fuck off.
Oh, don't
right
read
now.
it, dude. Don't look at
You'll
it.
never guess what happens in a Titanic.
That's different.
What? So you thought Hitler would survive at the end? I don't know what was going to happen.
It's
That's
a
why I was going to go
fictional
see
story.
the movie.
It's a fictional story. I'm with you.
No, I mean, it's a World War II movie, so it kind of has to stick to what happened in World War II.
It didn't though. Why am I?
It'd be weird if the Germans won at the end of the
It's
movie.
the same with.
It would be weird, but it was a possibility.
It's the same
That's
with.
what I'm saying.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood follows real historical things, but it's a fictional
It's
story.
a fictional story.
That's
And
a
it
different
doesn't.
movie.
And it doesn't go the same way.
That's a different movie.
It isn't. You're right. You're right.
We're not talking
movie.
about that.
That's one thing we agree on.
Sharon
It's a
Tate
different-
dies at
Totally
the end.
unrelated.
I'm losing my fucking mind.
I'm pretty sure Charles Manson doesn't get away with it though at the end of the movie.
Mm-mm.
So
He just says hey, y'all had friends used to live here.
Bullet Bell from Dracula says, "I love you, Shawn." So that should pretty much make up for
Thanks.
Yeah.
the whole
Bullet Bell
chat.
from
Yeah,
Dracula.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
You go into Grizzly Man knowing he gets eaten though.
well, that was real life. That's a
Documentary.
documentary.
World War
yeah.
II was real life. I'm so confused. I don't know what the rules are anymore.
Oh Lord, have
Yo,
mercy.
Free Solo.
Yeah.
He doesn't use a rope.
Okay. Again, you're mentioning documentaries.
Hey, all right.
What are we doing?
Now that's a spoiler. I didn't want to know that.
All right. Wow. Let's never mention
I-
Inglourious
I heard-
Basterds
hey.
ever again.
I Heart Huckabees.
Yeah.
What?
What
happened?
I don't even want to say. That might put Shawn over
I
the edge.
hated that movie in theaters. I hated that movie.
Oh yeah, what's the one you like? Stranger in Fiction?
Yeah, I watched it recently. It didn't hold up.
We're not here to pick on Shawn.
Doesn't hold up.
You know, though, we are going to watch Lucky Number 11 for Movie Club because I remember loving that, but I was the one who saw it. I remember being good. Is it? I don't know. Lucky Number 11. No one remembers that movie but me.
I've only heard about it from you.
I know.
My mom told me about it,
Uh-huh.
and you.
Oh.
It's literally like
You and
my
your
mom
mom.
was like, "We watched the greatest movie on cable." This was like 5 years ago.
no.
Lucky Number 11.
And as the Shubu says, worst title ever conceived. I think that's why people didn't go see this movie.
but like
People didn't watch it because of that.
Morgan Freeman's in it.
Yeah, Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett and is it Tony Shalhoub?
I think Bruce Willis.
Or who's Gandhi? Who played Gandhi?
I don't remember.
Ben Kingsley.
It's Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley is in it. He
It's
is
Ben
in it, yeah.
Kingsley. Yeah.
No, I agree. Don't call it that. I'm not watching that. I
Yeah, see,
don't
that's the
know.
problem. Yeah,
That just sounds bad.
it does.
Yeah.
It does. Lucky Number 11. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
But what is that's like calling your movie Bleebo Blip. Like I don't fucking know what that means.
What was
Am
that
I
one?
supposed to pull
What's
away
that one
from
show,
that?
Rocco, that we always talk about? PPO.
Hargnall and Skull.
Brad Neely's Hargnall Sclopio PPO.
Yeah, there you go.
I've only
It's
heard
that.
about that show on this show.
Worst
Yeah.
title.
But that's the word. That is
It goes down in
scientifically
history.
proven as the worst title of all time.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's no Hargnallen, says T Money.
There you go. Yeah.
Shrewbu's wondering if I've ever seen Under the Skin. I love Under the Skin.
We said that for Movie Club.
I love that movie.
I didn't like it.
Wasn't
Well,
the music
that's-
so good
that's
though?
fine.
Music was good.
It's
yeah.
okay to disagree on stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's always okay. I just didn't know what the fuck was happening.
Why didn't
But-
you like it?
Because I know it was happening, and they never
Derrick, you
told
haven't
me.
been on Movie Club in a while. If something bad happens, Sean's out.
That's not true. No
Uh,
way.
Is it? People at home, tell me if that's true or not.
If something bad happens,
if something
I'm
bad
out.
happens, Sean's out.
That's not true. I've seen movies where bad things happen. I
may-
still like the
you may-
movie.
Have you picked a movie lately where something bad happens?
Well, I'm trying to pick movies I haven't seen before
Okay.
because I keep picking Dave, and Rocco is over it.
So, okay, a movie you haven't seen before.
Old Boy got it too. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
You
Case
can
of
Also-
point. Case of
What?
point.
Oh
Bad
my
things happen.
God.
Rocco picked that like the day after my grandma died. I wasn't ready
There's
to
not
watch
even any
Old Boy.
grandmas in
Yeah,
that
it's not
movie.
called Old Grandma.
You don't even know, man. I was
not trying
not
to
in the
find
place
that.
for that.
I'm not-
I'm not even in the fucking place. But I think
What's
I-
next?
I have seen 127 Hours Mojave Cyclone. I watched that actually kind of recently. Danny Boyle is awesome. And that movie is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And I love that the guy, James Franco, fuck him, but he's stuck in with his hand in a rock.
that movie was good.
And you would think, oh, movie that takes place in like 2 feet of this rock. No, they explore his memories and what he wishes he was doing if he got out of the rock. And
Yeah, that was cool.
it's so
His
like
hand was
awesome.
stuck in the rock. Fuck. I missed that part. I had no idea why he was down there the whole time.
He was
Yeah.
hanging out.
Yeah, I'm like, go home. Shit, I would have. Yeah,
Everyone misses you.
that kills me. I missed that.
What's next for
Oh, and
Movie
he
Club,
cuts it off.
guys?
Chariots of Fire.
Oh.
I've never seen that. But I
I'm trying to
picked it.
think if anything bad happens.
I am fine with bad things
Okay,
happening in
alright.
movies.
I don't.
The chariot lights on fire.
Oh, that could be not good.
I'm okay with life is hard, and I see hard things in
Mhm.
movies sometimes. But there's sometimes that directors want to like put your face in the hard thing and never let you go. It's like I'm good, thank you.
I like to
I've
be
seen enough.
reminded that exists, though. You know, look
Yeah.
at this.
Hey,
Hey, look at this.
Look at this.
I need a little reminder. You know,
Yeah.
the chat's got a good one.
What?
Teflon Billy 777 Green Room.
Now, I didn't
It's
like
okay.
Green Room, but a lot of people do like it.
Mhm.
I like Blue Ruin, his first movie, but
I
Green
like
Room
I
didn't-
like
didn't do it for
Red
me.
House. That was my favorite. I thought Green Room was okay. Like I was entertained, but then when it ended, I was kind of like, oh, okay, that's it, huh? All right. It was all right. We never talked about or did we? Maybe you guys did, but Trap?
Oh yeah,
I forgot.
I don't
We
think
I think we did talk
talked
about
Oh,
it.
you
Trap.
guys
did.
did? Okay, okay.
I said
Sorry.
it was like M. Night Shyamalan recreated a level of Hitman.
That's right. You did talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I didn't want to spoil it, but I did say it was kind of one act too long, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I thought it was good for a minute, and then I was done.
Yeah. I liked it for the opposite reasons. I think I was happy when they left the first location. That seemed to be the part you guys had a problem with.
Yeah, I was not really entertained by it after that point.
Yeah, I feel like it's the bait and switch a little bit because you're rooting for one main character and then suddenly it's like now root for this other character. And I'm like, this is a different movie. But I overall enjoyed it. And I think it was because the reviews were so bad, it lowered my expectations to the point where when I actually watched it, I was like, well, this is way better than I was expecting. And I was having fun with it.
I wish Borderlands did that.
I didn't. Didn't they lower your expectations extra? I heard nothing but bad things about that movie.
That's what I'm saying. It was like horrible reviews. I was excited to go see how bad it was, and I was not pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I don't think they even did it justice reviewing it. The way
I like Josh Hartnett.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Lucky number 11. Get ready. I'm picking that next. I've decided.
Dude, you should watch 30 Days of Night.
Yeah, have you ever seen that?
I've never seen that, no.
Ooh, that's good.
Replace Slevin with that one. That's a Shawn film.
It's October soon. Maybe save that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween season.
Everyone in that movie, in Trap, is like very corny. Like there's so much corny shit in that first part of it, but in a way that is like, I love M. Night Shyamalan. Like I'm eating this up. Like there's some cringy stuff, Boy, what's that? What do you think is under the stage? Like, wouldn't it be cool to go down there? Like, what do you think? They got?
That seems fun.
I'm sitting there loving that, but then I just felt like it turned into serial killer shit that I'm just not interested in. Just it hit a point where that all kind of gave way to the pursuit of the serial killer.
You know what I think is
all right.
the most underrated M. Night Shyamalan movie? And this one, I feel like I get shit for this because I say this movie is flawless. Okay, that's higher praise.
Wow.
I really like this movie. I have no problem. I thoroughly enjoy it from beginning to end. And then people are like, people say that's his worst movie that he's ever made. And I'm like, I don't understand that. The Visit. Have you guys seen The Visit?
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me to watch it.
Batista?
No. That's Knock at the Cabin.
That's not the cabin.
Wait, what's The Visit?
The Visit is two kids go to visit their grandparents, and their grandparents are really weird.
Yeah.
Oh, that was about 4 years ago?
Yeah, maybe longer.
He directed that?
Yeah, it's a Shyamalan joint.
God,
he kind of went away
that.
for a while and then came back with like this no budget movie.
Yeah, I liked that. Not crazy memorable though. Like I couldn't even remember which one that was.
The grandparents are like really sweet at first, and then they are just like when the sun goes down, they're just like fucking
feral
mean and crazy and feral, and it's like a horror movie.
Yeah, grandma's crawling around on all fours under the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the kids are just like, we've never met our grandparents and we're alone for the weekend, and this is like really not fun.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I would not say flawless. There was a lot of cringy stuff in it, but the creativity of it to me was so good that I have to say I liked it. Yeah, I really I admired the creativity of it, and like I said, no budget. I enjoyed that.
Hell yeah.
Nothing particularly cringy comes to my mind, but
the rapping kid and stuff was like,
I don't care about that.
That was
kid raps like.
Yeah, kids are cringe in real life.
Yeah, that's how real kids are.
That
just honestly added this element of like these are kids.
Yeah.
Did we talk last week? Derrick, you had recommended for me to see the original version of Speak No Evil.
Yeah.
And I did.
What'd you think?
Oh, I loved it. And it made me just completely it lifted any interest in going to see that American version in theaters. It was so good. The ending was so good. I really, really, really enjoyed that film. And it was mostly in English. When you said like, yeah, it's like Danish,
Yeah.
I thought like, okay, I'm going to be reading this mostly in English.
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't
They speak
know.
Danish and Dutch a few times.
I'm not familiar with that culture, but do they often just speak in English, like primarily, or was that done for the movie?
I think maybe for the movie, they're like, hey, we want to reach a global audience, so let's
Yeah.
put most of it in that language. And then
I found it interesting that they communicate in English, but then they each have their own language that like the other doesn't understand.
Yeah.
So sometimes they're just talking and the character's like, I don't know what they're saying.
I will say where I was watching it, the subtitles were fucking wrong. Like, not incorrect in their description or anything like that, but it wouldn't put them talking in Danish or Dutch in subtitles. It just put I was like, I want English subtitles so when they are speaking Dutch, I know what they're saying. Yeah. And it was just like, yeah, whenever they speak English, there's CC on the TV, and then they start speaking Dutch or Danish, and everything would just go away.
Huh.
It's like, oh, you only captioned the English. I don't need that. So I, in a sense, watched it in that format where it's like, what are they saying to each other every once in a while?
What did you watch
Hulu.
it on Hulu? Okay, I saw it on Amazon.
Or that's where it is then. Yeah.
Yeah, the one I saw was captioned in the family's native language was captioned, but the language they didn't understand was not captioned.
So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, so that they didn't understand what the other family was saying, and I didn't either.
Okay, maybe that's what it was then. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was both the Dutch and Danish, but it was just probably the Danish. But that kind of gives it its own reality that those people don't understand what they're saying either.
Yeah.
And as the viewer, I can't experience it as well. But for me, I just thought like the subtitles are fucked up. I want to know what they're saying.
What I liked is it's unconventional in the sense there's no jump scares, there's no monster, there's no like there's violence towards the end of the movie, but the majority of the horror is just the uncomfortableness of getting to know people and not knowing like
their intentions.
And it's just a lot of like social faux pas situations. But then the most droning, like shining level horror music being played to where you're like, well, what are there implications here? Like, where's this all leading? I thought it was really interesting. I thought it was good.
It was good. You also recommended The Outsider.
Yeah, I heard you watched like 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah, I think there's like 9 or 8 or something.
Yeah, you're almost done.
Yeah,
Holy
I'm
shit.
I'm past the halfway point, but I'm fully sucked in on that. And I'm really excited for Mr. Mercedes after this.
Yeah, Mr. Mercedes is a totally non-supernatural
Same character though, right? That's what you were saying.
Holly, the detective, same character, different actress.
Yeah. That's super interesting to me too. I really like the actress in this series.
Yeah.
Is Mr. Mercedes just a movie or is it also a series?
It's also a TV series.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. With what's the dude from In Bruges? The old
In what?
what's his name? Yeah. He did that movie with Colin Farrell that was set in
Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah, Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh.
I don't know that actor's
it's
name,
Mad Eye Moody from Harry Potter.
Fuck. His
I
name's
don't
on
know
the
his
tip of my
name either.
tongue.
Brendan Gleeson?
Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
Thank you,
that's
Buzz
him.
McFly.
He plays like an older detective in that. He's really good too.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, you've been killing it with the recommendations.
Oh, well, thank you.
I can't believe.
What's up?
Is that really a thing that like I don't like? If anything bad happens in a movie, I'm out. That can't be the real thing. What kind of a movie podcast do we put on here if I'm just so negative all the time?
Well, I think the audience just has, you pegged your personality. They got Rocco pegged.
I don't know. Is that really the thing? Because that seems like a problem. Like what is that? I gotta look into this.
You're stuck in a rut. You got to open your mind, is what you're thinking?
No,
Maybe Under the Skin was good.
I just didn't know what the fuck was happening. That was like I didn't have a problem. Like there was fucked up imagery in that and whatever.
That's one of those movies.
But
that
I just didn't know what the fuck was going on, and then it just didn't tell me. And then I was told that.
Oh, what? No, go ahead.
I just, I guess if I watched it again, I would probably pick up a lot more.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I also hate that in movies where it's like, oh, you gotta watch it again. It's like, oh, fuck off. I saw it. Anyways, what are you saying, Rocco?
No, there is a belief that, when a movie goes down a bad road, you are not going to go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that belief. I have faith that you will like it.
We watched
The Road.
That movie. But we watched like Uncut Gems, and I enjoyed that movie.
Oh yeah,
it was stressful as fuck, and it didn't end happy. But like I really enjoyed it. Like that kind of movie, I'm fine with. But a movie like The Road is like, oh, you just want me to be miserable for 2 hours, and that's the movie. That maybe is not for me. You're right.
Well, I was very surprised by the Uncut Gems review. I actually didn't know what you were going to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Sandman, dude.
I loved Whiplash. I said that in the chat. I just feel like I want people to, I think, be unsure of what I'm going to say about a movie. If I do a movie podcast, that should be the thing, as opposed to, for sure, Sean's going to hate this. That's not great for a reviewer to have, But whatever.
Keep 'em guessing.
I try, but we'll see. I just maybe I need to reevaluate how I watch movies.
Did you like Anchorman?
No.
We'll see. Nothing bad happens in that.
But
not true. She falls into the panda,
kicks the
bear
dog
exhibit.
I do concede, though, the movie, there is a recipe for a funny movie in this. It just wasn't executed in that way. But like, there are funny
moments.
There could have been great. It just wasn't.
Well, it came out 20 years ago.
Yes, agree.
It added a layer of culture to San Diego that I don't care for.
That's what we were talked about. Like,
oh, you did?
If I try to go into it watching it without that bias in mind.
But I will say a movie with, and I'm trying to confront this, I'm not trying to make fun of you or anything, but when it has a dark subject matter, I think you're done with it. Like out the gate. Uncut Gems really isn't a dark subject matter. It's stressful.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what the fuck are you doing, you idiot? But it is kind of funny too. You know what I mean? But
dude,
dark subject matter. I remember going with Johnny to see Zone of Interest.
Yeah.
And you were like not interested in that for movie club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think if we would have picked that, I think you would have gone, nope, fuck this.
Same director as Under the Skin.
Under the Skin, exactly.
Yeah. I will
Maybe it's
say
just that
though,
director.
like even when
Killers
you
of the
saw
Flower Moon.
you saw me with that movie.
That's what I mean.
But I
dark
still
subject
gave that
matter.
a 4. Like, it was a great
you
movie.
did? I don't remember you doing that.
I rated that really high because it was
there's an
very
example.
well-made movie.
You might be confusing 4 with 1.
I don't think I
I
gave
think
it a
you
1.
gave it a 1. No, I'm just kidding.
I do remember that now. Yeah, you saw past how fucking depressing
it
that
is
subject
depressing,
was.
but it was a great movie.
And you did give it the...
I guess in my mind, I didn't remember you giving it a high score, but in my mind, I remember you being at the theater like, I think we've lost him.
You walked out of the theater.
I was not stoked.
It was uncomfortable.
Yeah. But it was like, well-made movie. I will never watch this again.
Yeah.
But I saw it.
Dude, I haven't been on Movie Club in a while, and I don't need to be on that regularly, but I would love to come on near the Halloween time, the month of October.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys have not seen this, or at least not seen it in a while, have either of you seen The Crow, the original?
I've never seen The Crow.
Never seen that.
I love it.
Wow.
Love it.
I just saw the trailer for the new one. I'm going to just wait for that.
Maybe like quintessential movie of the 90s.
Oh, it might be into my top 10 of all times.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. It's so good. Did I tell you about the fan version on YouTube?
Yeah, you did. And I watched a bunch of it.
It's awesome.
It's long, but yeah, it was awesome.
It was made by a bunch of high school kids.
Yeah.
And they wanted to make something closer to the original comic book. And it's like really interesting to see kind of just pure love of movies and the original comic and see these guys just trying really hard to make something creative.
Yeah.
It's really like arguably I don't know what to say. It's just a testament to like independent movies just made for fun.
Yeah.
You know, there's an energy to it.
There's the energy of they love the subject matter so much, and the passion is just to make this.
Yeah.
There's just passion behind it. It's weird because it is low budget.
Oh, it's a high school
they
movie.
They pull it off.
It's a high school project.
The Crow is?
No, there's
YouTube a fan
video.
movie made in the 90s
Oh.
by high school students who loved The Crow but felt the movie was not close to the comic book.
Oh, I see.
Because the comic book is way darker in tone, and so
right.
they just recreated the comic book. And they did a pretty fucking good job.
But this is a dark tone film that has, dark subject matter like we're discussing. I'm curious if you will see past that and go, wow, it was a great story.
I'll pick that in October for like Halloween season for sure.
Have me on.
I'll have you on. Yeah, absolutely.
And I would love to do that
And
because
then you can watch the new one.
I'll watch the show.
I don't know if I'm going to the theater for that one.
Is that? I thought it was a TV show. It's a
movie with Bill Skarsgård and FKA Twigs.
Oh, there were dressed up people at Comic-Con handing out things like. They have the guys like with like the makeup and like shirtless, like passing.
I think that
like
movie
this
is
at
going to
Comic-Con.
flop, but we'll see.
They're trying to do Joker They're trying to Jared Leto-ify the.
I think they're trying to
Crow.
reinvent the Crow for a younger generation, but
Yeah.
I feel like the Crow is so rooted in being like a late 80s, early 90s goth.
Yep.
Part of that culture with that music and that
soundtrack.
aesthetic, and for them to just change all of that and update it, I'm like, you are just moving away from everything that is the Crow.
Yeah, that's that first movie, man. That soundtrack, and I'll really talk about that when we get to it. But that is almost more important to the goth subculture than the film itself was.
Yeah,
Wow.
so good. I pop that soundtrack on Spotify occasionally.
The producers and everyone were so smart. They brought, because all those goth bands from the 80s were falling off around the time this is made, and all these new grunge bands and alt rock bands from the 90s were just popping off. So what they did was mix both of them on the soundtrack, and you had old bands doing like newer songs for the first time in 10 years. The Cure's doing a song, and then you had new bands covering old Joy Division. You know, Nine Inch Nails is covering an old Joy Division song.
That's cool.
That merged both of these fan bases and just reinvigorated the whole goth subculture, I think, in when that movie came out.
That's cool.
You guys can continue with the after show. I have to move on to a pre-scheduled event that I need to go do real quick.
I'm feeling good
over
man.
there, but I need to exit now because I have 5 minutes to get set up. But this has been fun. Continue if you like. It's nice to see everybody out there. I'll be back next time for more Mega64 on
I like
Friday.
this.
Yeah.
Let's all do individual goodbyes.
Okay. I do want to say one thing I totally forgot about. One D23 announcement.
Yeah.
That we didn't get to talk about on here.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking 9 Inch Nails doing Tron 3. Oh my God. I didn't want to be interested in Tron 3. Jared Leto's in it. Okay.
He's
wait.
good though.
You know,
he is good in everything I've seen him
I
in.
will give a Leto a point. There is a movie that I should have picked from Movie Club, but I didn't, called Prefontaine, that he is the star of.
Oh,
he
that's
is Prefontaine.
athlete. Yeah.
Yes. And he's great in that movie. He's really good. He is.
Dallas Buyers Club, right?
I didn't see that. Actually, I did see that.
Dude, Blade Runner 2049.
I didn't see that. But yeah,
good.
9 Inch Nails, bro.
Yeah, I mean, just them not bringing back the director. We know Daft Punk's not coming back. All these things are like, oh, really? Jared Leto was the biggest bummer. Like, people want the continued story of legacy, and they're not. It's like,
that's what my question is. Are they continuing at all the story of Olivia Munn getting out of the wire?
Olivia Munn did get out. I mean, yeah, you have to remember, like, she did.
I said the wrong name.
The AOTS.exe virus.
Sean, did I say the wrong fucking name?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I did.
See it.
Olivia Wilde, she gets out and she's in the real world with his son, and then fucking credits roll. Like, are we getting more of those characters?
Well, they did that, so it didn't seem like it. Then Jeff Bridges signed on. So now there's pictures of him in it. It's like, oh, okay, he's back. But I mean, he like died in the last one. So that's another weird thing.
Well,
but
a copy of a copy.
Could be, yeah.
Just like Nine Inch Nails.
But they are definitely showing Tron people in the real world, which that is what happened at the end of Legacy, is like she made it out. And that was like, whoa, a digital person made it out.
Yeah.
So it's continuing that. Okay.
Because it seems like there's more people out.
Yeah.
Seems like
looks
Rensler
they're
might be out or something.
We haven't seen anything of them, but anyway, but I was just like, yeah, but what's gonna be, it's just a shame about all the Daft Punk thing and all that stuff. Announcing 9 Inch Nails was a huge move. That's
was a good
like,
get.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross are kind of the soundtrack fucking darlings right now.
Yeah.
And that, how do you kind of make up for the lack of, well, shit, Daft Punk broke up, so they obviously aren't coming back for this.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin and I were getting dinner after we were in Disneyland when he came to pick up his thing or whatever, and that was like that press conference was happening. It was just like, it was. I gasped like somebody had died.
You texted me
and
like late that night.
I was like, Kevin, look, 9 Inch Nails, Tron 3. They're gonna play Came Back Haunted on Tron 3.
Yeah.
It's going to be came back. What's the
version
computer version of Haunted? Came back deleted.
Defrag my disc.
You can't empty recycle bin. My voice like went away. I don't know what happened.
Well, you've been staying up till 3 a.m.
We started the podcast, and I just immediately is like,
we've been talking.
Gone.
When did
you've been streaming like a lot? You've been talking a lot.
I guess I wanted to do way more today, and it's like,
when did you go to bed?
You got to rest.
Oh yeah, like 3 something.
That's
that's usual. That's not that weird to me.
No, but you were streaming all day yesterday. We were
I
working
was
all day
talking
yesterday.
a lot yesterday.
You've been talking on camera like for 12-hour days all week.
Yeah, that's a lot.
maybe.
That fucks me up. It gives me a sore throat. I start biting my tongue in a weird place.
Maybe it finally caught up to me. I was gonna do another con coming up, but I'm bailing on it. There's too many. I'd rather focus on PAX.
I still got this fucking cough from Comic-Con that will not go away.
Oh man. That happened to me when I got bronchitis. It just lasted forever afterwards.
I had this weird thing too, where I swear to God, I cannot smell anything. And
fuck you.
Fucking taste is gone.
Right.
Like,
I'm gonna pull a Derrick.
I don't know what that is.
Hey, thank you all. I've got a previously scheduled microwavable dinner that I have to get to. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. No goodies tonight. Sorry, folks.
We did get goodies.
No, we didn't.
Oh,
we did.
We should have talked about that on the main.
Well, we'll talk about it here, I suppose, because better here than nowhere. We were sent a box of the most delicious cookies I think I've ever had in my life. Well, there's a little card for them. Where did I put those?
Right there.
I don't think it had a name on it. But we
didn't get the name of the person who sent these.
We did not realize it's called stuffed cookies, and we didn't think they would last if we waited for the show, so we just ate them here. But goddamn, that was a nice find. They said shelf life, you can put them in storage or freeze them, and then put them in the microwave to reheat. But we were just too hungry. We just ate it. They had like a PB&J cookie. And it was like stuffed. I don't know. This is not an ad read. It was just a gift to us. They were fucking delicious. So whoever sent those to us, thank you. They were really,
I feel
really
bad that we don't have that. I don't know if they were supposed to include that info or not.
I don't know.
Those cookies were amazing.
They came from like stuffed themselves. So someone ordered it from them and then sent it to us. But I never heard of stuffed cookies. It was a cookie full with shit.
Dude, the PB&J cookie was like, I've been like dreaming about that.
And there was one
I might
with
order more.
There was an Oreo one, and oh god damn, it was. Again, this is not an advertisement. Just someone sent it to us.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Thank you again so much. I can't stop thinking about those cookies. Shit. I was gonna say though about COVID.
Yes.
I went to. I know I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, okay.
Anytime I have tweeted about, wow, how have I dodged COVID at this, and this, as soon as I tweet it, it's immediately done. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm going to give us a 2-shot so we can, this weird with us.
Oh.
There, Johnny, go to the main cam. I mean, is that better?
Oh, that is better.
I thought so. See? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, we went to, we did Anime Expo, MGS Con. MGS Con actually put a thing out that was like, hey, so many people tested positive. This was a small event in one confined space. And we're just letting you know, like, everyone we know is testing positive. We didn't. Did so Comic-Con. I did D23. I think I would know, right? It's been long enough. I would know by now. If I got something at D23.
I think you would have
We're 5 days
symptoms, I would think.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened because anyone I know at one of these, inevitably someone got something. So I'm very, very lucky on that. Because I feel like I get it like once a summer.
I am done, you know.
I feel like I have been.
It's like, I'm over this shit. You know, it's to the point that people don't care anymore, you know? And like, you know, I was with someone recently. I was in the car with them for like an hour and they're like, hey, man, I tested positive like 2 days ago. I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
And I honestly went up, I'm like, all right, well,
yeah,
I'll whatever. But before that news would have ruined my whole life. I would have been like a mess.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, whatever. And I didn't end up getting it. Now I see in the chat, and I saw this trending yesterday, monkeypox.
Mm.
And they're saying this is the new COVID. There can't be a new COVID. I can't do this again. But apparently something is like monkeypox is like in Sweden right now, but it was in Africa, and now it's in Sweden. They're saying, I don't know what this is. I don't know what they're talking about. I haven't researched it at all, but honestly, I don't need to because I can't mentally handle that. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if the chat knows much about it, but I don't know. Fuck it. Don't scare me.
I'm always getting sent something about monkeypox, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's been a decade of me getting monkeypox.
They're saying we already have a vax for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
But I don't take those. I'm scared. I think they're corporate.
Did you get chickenpox as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did your parents give it to you on purpose?
No, I just no, I got it from another kid.
I got it on purpose. My parents had me get it on purpose.
Yeah.
And now it's, there's a vaccine, and they're saying it's like one of those things where like you can get shingles now if you've had chickenpox, and so now I'm susceptible to this, which is terrible. And like there's a shingles vaccine, but they won't give it to you until you're a certain age.
Oh, that's weird. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be like, because I went when I was getting my COVID vaccine. I'm like, hey, while you're filling me full of shit, like you want to give me that one? Oh, you have to be like 60 to get that one. But now there's a possibility I'll get fucking shingles, and I can't stop. What? My parents did this to me. Why? There was a South Park episode about that, of them trying to get their kids chickenpox, and that was my life. They had me play with my friend who had chickenpox on purpose because they wanted me to get it out of the way with. And I think the logic was that like if you get chickenpox as an adult, you could die or some shit.
Yeah.
But no thanks. Thank you.
I got chickenpox right before Thanksgiving. Whatever year, I mean, in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And yeah, I spent the entire Thanksgiving. I looked forward to holidays as a kid. I loved Christmas, obviously, but Thanksgiving, I liked them all. And then, Thanksgiving, I had to stay locked in a room with no lights on because the light hurt. And it was just miserable. And I heard everyone having fun down the hall.
Oh, and you just wanted to scratch yourself so bad, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and
I was just laying there in the darkness,
like
I was locked away.
Yeah.
So that's
so don't get me started on monkeypox. I don't want to talk about that. I don't know about that.
Monkeypox is not airborne, so you have to pretty much touch someone who has it. So yeah.
Okay.
So you got to stop.
That's
yanking their sausage.
That's better. But yeah, the chat's saying, why no human pox?
You know what though? I have to say, and I know how I'm going to sound here, but none of this has deterred me from going to events or talking to people and, whatever. I love all that. I really thought we would stop the handshakes. And it's funny. I've stopped where, unless I will do a handshake on a very personal thing. Hey, we're going to meet with this guy who wants to do this thing, work with us on this thing. And it's just us and
business.
Him. It's just us and him. Cool. I'm going to shake that guy's hand. Cool. But when I'm at, con, it's always like, oh, by the way, just wanted to say hi. I mean, no one was me. Honestly, most people who just casually said hi didn't do this.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of people who were, it's like, oh, the most sweaty hand at this convention. Hey, by the way, da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, oh, okay. We're doing that. And so most of the time I would just go, and I feel rude, but I would just put my elbow out like, yeah, good to see you. But then I feel like a dick.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that you were stupid for doing that.
Like doing for the fist bump, which I'm fine with the fist bump all day.
Yeah.
All day, that's fine.
Totally. I'm good with that.
But I feel like when they go like this and you go like that, it's like, oh, yeah, I see. And you feel like a jerk.
Yeah, I do. So it's just, I don't know. I really thought we weren't going to willy-nilly do that anymore. And I know it wasn't necessarily like COVID was transferred that way. I know, like, there's still like no proven cases of it being transferred from like a surface or a touch.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. But I still, in the wake of all of that, it's like, yeah, why?
It's not even a germ
You know.
thing on like their
I'm
end.
not
I don't-
freaking out.
I
I
don't
just-
think everyone who visits us is dirty, but I just am like, man, we're all touching so much shit. We're at a convention
exactly.
and everyone is sick here.
It just upped the consciousness of, oh yeah, we're touching a lot of gross shit and then just touching our face and stuff. It just opened that up. That's not necessarily always a great thing. So,
Yeah.
when I pump gas now, I'll do hand sanitizer afterwards.
Yep.
Just like, again, it's
Me
like,
too.
oh, everyone's touching this.
Yep.
And I never,
Before
I
I
just
didn't,
never thought about it before.
Never thought about it. Didn't care, but now I do.
And
You're right.
I'm telling you, I was getting sick more often before
Mhm.
than since the pandemic. COVID is its own thing, but I feel like it's happening less for me now because I'm just a little more conscious of what I'm doing.
Yeah. But again, I'm all good with the fist bump. I will shake hands. I will.
Yeah.
But I also
I have my own special handshake. And
I hate. Can we just address this? I fucking hate your handshake because it's so uncomfortable and I'm always involved in it.
So
somehow.
I've turned it into almost like a kung fu routine where, okay, real quick, put your hand out. So they'll go out for a handshake and no, I'm sorry. You know what? Let's start with a fist bump. Most people actually go in for the fist bump.
Okay.
I will do this. I'll just lay my limp hand on it. And then they'll go, I did the wrong thing.
Oh.
Sorry. So then they'll put their hand out and I'll turn it into a fist. And
It's
so
hell
it turns
on
into
earth.
like Crouching Tiger.
It is a misery to be around, and it's so uncomfortable. And they always go, okay, and I'm like, yeah, that's his thing. Sorry, can I help you? What? Do you? Hi, thank you. It's just. If you want to do that in your own time, I'm fine with it. But why do I have to be involved? It's just so. And when you do the shake hands and you do the pinch right here.
Oh, I haven't done that since the pandemic.
Yeah, but
Because again, I feel like that's too much. I'm not just backhanding. It's like you might as well do a real handshake at that point. You're that area in between. That was the worst. That felt like violating a little bit.
I hate it. I hate it. It's so. Well, I don't know why I'm being punished.
What's terrible? I hate to do this. Is like. I hate to say this because I'm going to sound hypocritical, but I'll do that. And then when they try to do it back to me, no, my friend.
Yeah. Now Rocco's mad.
You don't get to do that.
Yes, they do.
Like I gave you the weird handshake and then they try to, and then they try to like deliver it back. And it's like, no.
No, we're done. The transaction's been complete.
It's been done. You don't watch a Broadway show and go, I can dance too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It doesn't work like that.
Well, anyways, those of you who come to PAX and want to shake our hands or go for the fist bump, just avoid Rocco altogether because I don't want to deal with it. It's too uncomfortable for me. But I'll give you a fist bump all day. Let's end it. Johnny's going to edit this fucking podcast and we're just going forever. That's
Johnny
rude.
has already committed. He says he's got all night. So
I think we're
good.
That.
I would say let's turn on the main podcast again and add to it. Add some thoughts.
Everyone, thanks for watching as always. Hope you're enjoying these Friday streams. Thanks for all those who are going to or who have already picked up Mega64 Nighttime for the first time on Blu-ray.
Yes.
Get it now. As Rocco said, if you get what was the edition called? The scary one?
The Ultimate Fright Edition.
Ultimate Fright one.
Yeah.
If you buy it this weekend, the book will be signed by one of us.
Yep.
And so get it now while you can.
Yeah. Again, over 100 full produced videos on there. More than any other of the Time collection. Absolutely insane amount of videos from a very pivotal time, very precious time in our lives. And we're really excited for everyone to get it.
Yep. That's true.
We're going to be talking about it more through the day, so stay tuned. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming later. I'm going to be doing a new Creepy Old Crypt episode and talking about the Blu-ray even more then, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But do pick that up if you get a chance.
I want to also say they're asking, is this a new podcast time? We're not confirming that yet. We're trying this out. We're dipping our toes in the pool. So we will see. We may go back to the Sunday night format at some point, but we thought, while summer's still going, let's see what this is like. Personally, I've enjoyed tremendously having Sunday nights free. That's changed my whole weekend, and that's been nice. But we'll see what everyone thinks. We're just, we're just talking about it. We're seeing what we're seeing what works. Anyways, thanks for watching. Stick with us all day. What's the countdown right now for the Patreon stream? Do we know how many hours away?
We're 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay, go on a little jog, get some lunch, come right back, and we will have our Patreon tier 3 stream of Rocco and Derrick talking about editing videos and the process in which it happens. Thank you for watching. We'll see you tonight. And God, we love you. Goodbye.